and this week it's time to talk about the studio. Okay, so this is my studio. This is where I spend my days working, planning, dreaming, drawing, creating, doing all sorts of stuff, really. I've been wanting to do a video about the studio for a while now, and this isn't going to be a complete walk through every aspect of the studio, but I wanted to show you a few things that kind of are important to me and to share. One of the first things I wanted to show you is actually this little banner that I have up here now. Colo Colo are a Chilean football team. They're sort of my club from back in my childhood. And this banner is actually hung everywhere I've lived all over the world. So it was in my bedroom as a kid. It was in my homes in Sydney, in London, in Delhi, in Hong Kong, in Singapore, and here where I moved to Japan. And I kind of feel like hanging this thing up is a little bit of a sign that I've arrived and I'm bringing my heritage with me. Now, if we kind of like pan along a little bit as well, these are the guitars that I get asked about quite a bit. I've done one video so far on one of the guitars, and I'll probably come back and do a few more videos on the guitars afterwards. So, if anyone's got a question about any of these, I'd be happy to answer that. It's great to have a lot of guitars. For most of my life, I've really only had one or two available to me, and actually, for quite a while there, most of the guitars were in storage, so it's just nice to be able to have them out and about. Now, as we move along, this is the desk. I built this in Singapore, and I've had it use here in Japan. Where am I now? I'm in Japan. Some great equipment. I've used this, obviously, podcasting, but also audio production, jingles, music, all sorts of fun and games. This is all connected. The Mac Pro actually lives in that cupboard over there. Cable is because I've got a little bit of a cabling issue. I need to get some new custom cables made. But yeah, this is running a 2008 Mac Pro, which still does everything I need for music and for Photoshop and Lightroom production. Now, this is one of the new pieces of furniture that I got in, and these are my two favourite amplifiers. This one here is a red knob Fender 210, and next to it is a Car Mercury, which is great, steps down to 1/10 of a watt, so it's very neighbour friendly, but records quite well in the studio. And of course, turntable, some effects, some bits and pieces, a theremin. There'll be a review of that one coming up soon. And the last thing I kind of wanted to show you as well is just a little bit of the stuff that I have here. Now, most of my photography related gear actually isn't in this room. It's in the workshop that's next door, but I like to keep the cameras here because that means I can see them from the desk at all times. It's like a constant visual reminder. And I also have some bits and pieces that are kind of memorabilia. These are some slot cars that sort of bring to mind some of the racing cars that I used to watch as a kid. These are my old just toy cars from when I was young. And I really believe in having stuff nearby that kind of gives you a sense as you work of who you are, of what your journey is, where you've gone, and kind of what makes you who you are. And that reminds you, I think, when the going gets tough in your creative work, it just reminds you of sort of everything that you've needed to do and the sacrifices you've needed to make to get to a place. And I'm always pretty consciously aware that it's taken a long time to have a room like this, and I'm very thankful for it. So if you've got any questions, then please, leave a comment below. I'd be happy to do another video about any aspect of the studio. And of course, please subscribe. Thank you for the views so far. The channel's starting to get a little bit of attention, and I'm doing the best I can to push at least one video a week. So thank you, and I look forward to sharing some more in the future.